Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, questioning whether others still see you as attractive? As the years go by, it's completely normal to wonder if your appearance continues to capture attention, or if the charisma you once held remains as powerful as it once was. But here's the thing you might not realize. You could be significantly more attractive than you give yourself credit for. Attractiveness isn't solely defined by youthful looks or a head full of hair. It's something far more profound, shaped by time, experience, and wisdom. The way people interact with you, the responses you receive, and even the subtle gestures directed your way all reveal how others perceive your presence. There are distinct, undeniable signs that you're an attractive older man, even if you haven't noticed them yourself. In this video, we'll uncover 7 clear indicators that you still exude a captivating charm. These signs aren't just about your physical features, but also encompass the overall essence that draws people to you. From the confidence in your stride to the way others light up when you enter a room, and even the compliments that pass unnoticed, these clues are all around you. They say a lot more about your appeal than you might think. Stick with me until the end, because you might come to realize that the very qualities you overlook in yourself are precisely what make you stand out. Confidence, self-assurance, and a polished sense of style could be working in your favor more than you've ever imagined. And who knows? By the conclusion of this video, you may just see yourself through an entirely new perspective. Before we get started, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you never miss any of our videos. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If it's not your cup of tea, type 0 to let me know how I can improve and make even better content for you. Now, let's dive in. Number 1. Women maintain eye contact with you longer than usual. Attraction often reveals itself through body language, particularly in the form of prolonged eye contact. Let's explore why this seemingly small gesture can be so telling. A significant indicator that you are an appealing older gentleman is the way women engage with you visually. If you've ever caught a woman sustaining eye contact with you for a bit longer than expected, it's likely not coincidental. Extended gazes often signify admiration, curiosity, or potential attraction. Women, particularly those who tend to be more reserved, may not express their interest through direct words or bold gestures. Instead, they communicate through nuanced body language, with prolonged eye contact serving as one of the clearest signals. It's not merely a quick glance or a polite acknowledgement. It's when her gaze lingers, as though she's pausing to absorb something about you that has captivated her. Reflect on the last time this occurred. Perhaps it happened in a cafe, a park, or even a bookstore. You may have felt someone's eyes on you, only for them to avert their gaze briefly before subtly returning it. That brief pause, that moment of hesitation before breaking eye contact, conveys more than it might seem. It's a natural, subconscious response when someone is intrigued but hesitant to be too obvious. Consider the experience of someone like Charles, a 72-year-old man who never considered himself particularly striking. He assumed that at his age, women wouldn't notice him the way they once did. Yet, while leisurely browsing in a bookstore one afternoon, he sensed a younger woman observing him from across the room. Initially, he dismissed it as meaningless, but as he moved to another section, he caught her looking once again. She held his gaze for just a second longer than typical, offering a subtle smile before returning to her book. What Charles didn't recognize was the effect of his presence. His composed demeanor and the quiet confidence with which he carried himself left an impression. She wasn't merely glancing out of curiosity. She was genuinely intrigued. This scenario is a common occurrence that many older men overlook. Women, regardless of their age, are naturally drawn to men who exude self-assurance. A man who doesn't seek validation but instead commands attention effortlessly becomes magnetic. The way you carry yourself, from your posture to your stride, and even the way you return a glance speaks volumes. These subtleties create an aura of attractiveness that transcends age, leaving a lasting impression on those around you. If women tend to maintain eye contact with you for even a brief moment longer than expected, it's a strong indication that they find something about you appealing. It could be your eyes, your sense of style, or simply the quiet confidence you project. The next time you catch a woman looking at you, don't dismiss it too quickly. It may not be a coincidence. In fact, it could be one of the most obvious signs that you're much more attractive than you believe. Number 2. You receive compliments on your style and grooming. A man who makes an effort to present himself well will always stand out, regardless of his age. If you frequently receive compliments on your choice of clothing, grooming, or even your overall demeanor, it's a strong indicator that you're making a memorable impression. It might appear like a minor observation, but in truth, these compliments often signify much more than just admiration for a well-chosen outfit. They indicate that others see you as attractive. As men grow older, many cultivate a signature style that reflects confidence, experience, and a sense of self-respect. A tailored blazer, polished footwear, a neatly maintained beard, or even a distinctive fragrance. These subtle yet meaningful choices communicate that you take pride in your appearance, and women, in particular, tend to notice. Consider this. How often do you hear remarks such as, "That color really suits you," or "I love your haircut," or perhaps even, "You always look so well put together"? These aren't just polite niceties. They are clear indicators that people are paying attention to your presence. Your personal style enhances your appeal and makes you stand out in a way others genuinely appreciate. Take Robert, for instance. At 68, he never gave much thought to his appearance. However, he started noticing something peculiar. Whether at a family function or running simple errands, women would frequently compliment his clothing choices or comment on how well-groomed he appeared. Initially, he dismissed these remarks as mere politeness. Yet, over time, he came to realize that these words were deliberate. They were a direct reflection of how others viewed him, as refined, self-assured, and undeniably attractive. Style is not about chasing the latest fashion trends. It's about understanding what suits you and wearing it with confidence. A man who takes the time to dress with intention and maintain his grooming demonstrates a high level of self-respect. This attention to detail never goes unnoticed. Even if people aren't verbally complimenting you, pay attention to how they react when you enter a room. Do they glance your way for a moment longer? Do their expressions brighten? Do they seem to respond warmly when you engage with them? These subtle, unspoken responses often say more than words ever could. True attractiveness isn't merely a matter of youthful features. It stems from how you choose to present yourself. If you take pride in your appearance, make an effort to look your best, and notice others reacting positively, take it as a sign that you are leaving a lasting impression. If you're still tuned in and finding this conversation insightful, I invite you to comment number 2 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to the next sign. Number 3. Women are naturally drawn to you. A strong indicator that you're an attractive older man is how people seem to be naturally pulled toward you, even without any effort on your part. It's not just about having defined features or a youthful appearance. It's something more profound. Confidence, self-assurance, and a sense of wisdom are qualities that naturally draw people in, and you may possess these attributes more than you realize. Think about the moments you've entered a room and sensed a subtle change in the atmosphere. Perhaps people glance in your direction more than you'd expect, or conversations tend to flow effortlessly in your presence. You might notice that people, especially women, genuinely enjoy engaging with you. Whether it's at a cafe, a family gathering, or during a simple errand at the grocery store, they may lean closer while you speak, respond attentively to your stories, and express sincere interest in your perspective. This isn't just about good looks, True attractiveness in a man often comes from the quiet confidence he carries. Your presence offers a sense of stability and comfort, and that innate sense of ease is incredibly appealing. Unlike younger men who may still be navigating their identities and seeking approval, you possess a grounded confidence that naturally draws others in. Consider those instances when a woman, whether younger or closer to your own age, held your gaze a little longer than expected. Or perhaps she made a conscious effort to extend the conversation, asking about your experiences, your views, or your life in general. These small gestures, though subtle, are meaningful. Women are often drawn to men who listen attentively, make them feel comfortable, and exhibit a calm sense of self-assurance that younger individuals may lack. Recognizing these moments can shift how you perceive yourself. Rather than brushing them off as insignificant, take them as validation of your quiet magnetism. Confidence, experience, and the ability to navigate life with composure are attractive traits that only grow stronger with time. So, if you've observed people gravitating toward you, take it as a clear sign. You're leaving a lasting impression and may be far more attractive than you ever realized. It's important to understand that when you possess a strong sense of presence, people naturally trust you. They value your opinion, enjoy spending time with you, and appreciate your company. If you've ever had someone confide in you, even if they barely know you, that's a clear indicator that you emit an appealing, trustworthy energy. Ultimately, being attractive isn't solely about your reflection in the mirror. It's about how people feel when they are around you. If you've noticed that others are genuinely happy in your presence, it's no accident. It reflects the charisma and appeal you carry, whether or not you recognize it yourself. If you're still tuned into this video and finding these insights helpful, please drop a comment with the number 3 below to let me know you're following along. Now, let's continue. Number 4. You often get approached for advice or assistance. One of the most telling signs that people find you attractive, even if you're unaware of it, is how frequently others come to you for guidance, advice, or simple assistance. Whether it's women seeking your perspective on a matter, people relying on your opinion, or strangers asking for help, it's a clear reflection of how approachable and confident you appear. It might not appear as an obvious indication of physical attractiveness, but it conveys a great deal about how others view you. As you age, your experiences, wisdom, and composed demeanor set you apart. People notice that you've weathered life's challenges and carry a sense of resilience that is both reassuring and captivating. Women, in particular, are naturally drawn to men who demonstrate confidence, dependability, and emotional intelligence, traits that are often evident in how people seek your counsel and support. Think back to the occasions when others have approached you, whether it was a younger man seeking career advice, a friend requesting your perspective on a personal issue, or even a stranger asking for directions. While these interactions may seem insignificant, they underscore a significant point. People perceive you as someone worth listening to. That sense of reliability and quiet strength is inherently attractive, even if it doesn't manifest in direct compliments. Consider someone like Richard, 67. He never thought of himself as especially handsome, but he noticed a recurring pattern. At social events, professional functions, or even in informal settings, people gravitated toward him for input. Younger men often sought his advice on relationships and careers, while women engaged him in prolonged conversations, eager to hear his thoughts and experiences. Richard never had to assert himself. His calm presence naturally drew others in. This quality of trustworthiness isn't merely a reflection of wisdom, but also a clear sign of genuine appeal. A man who moves through life with quiet confidence, without feeling the need to boast or compete, often becomes the one others seek to be around. It's a form of attraction that transcends mere physical appearance and speaks to the energy you bring into a room. Rest assured, women notice this. While younger men may still be fixated on gaining attention, An older man who radiates self-assurance without effort stands out. A woman may not explicitly say, "I find you attractive," but if she values your insights, respects your perspective, and delights in conversing with you on meaningful topics, that speaks louder than any direct praise. So, if you observe people turning to you, even during everyday moments, recognize it as a sign that you possess qualities others find magnetic. Your presence alone leaves a lasting impact in ways you might not fully realize. Number 5. You have a confident, relaxed presence. One of the most captivating qualities in an older man has nothing to do with physical appearance. It's all about the way he carries himself. If you navigate life with a calm, self-assured demeanor, people notice, and they're naturally drawn to it. Unlike younger men who may still be figuring out who they are, an older man who is comfortable in his own skin radiates a level of confidence that can't be imitated. It's not about dominating conversations or seeking validation. It's about knowing who you are, what you believe in, and feeling no need to prove anything to others. That sense of inner security is undeniably magnetic. Think about the moments when you've entered a room and sensed people's attention subtly shift toward you. It wasn't because you were trying to stand out, but simply because of the composed way you presented yourself. Perhaps people make space for you in conversations without hesitation, or maybe women feel comfortable engaging with you. This is because authentic confidence is calming. It makes people feel safe, intrigued, and respected. Consider George, for example. At 74, he doesn't go out of his way to seek admiration. He isn't flashy, nor does he try to impress anyone. Yet people naturally gravitate toward him. When he speaks, others listen. When he enters a space, his presence commands quiet respect. This isn't a result of force or arrogance. It's a reflection of self-assurance and genuine composure. Women notice these qualities too. While society often emphasizes youthful features and traditional good looks, the sense of calm, wisdom, and stability you exude is far more impactful. You don't need to chase approval. Your presence alone makes a lasting impression. If you've ever experienced people taking an interest in your perspective or gravitating toward you in social settings, understand that it's not a coincidence. It's a testament to the relaxed confidence you embody, a characteristic that is far more attractive than you might realize. He offers this simply by being himself. There's a clear reason why possessing a calm presence is so attractive. In a world where countless people are anxious, uncertain, and constantly seeking validation, a man who is genuinely comfortable with himself truly stands out. He doesn't feel the need to fill every pause with words, nor does he crave approval. Instead, he exists in a manner that demands quiet respect. This authentic self-confidence never goes unnoticed by women. They admire a man who doesn't dominate every conversation, yet isn't hesitant to speak when it truly matters. A man whose stance is firm but not rigid, whose smile is sincere without seeming forced, and whose presence alone brings a sense of comfort. So, if you've ever wondered why people are naturally drawn to you, why women tend to feel at ease in your company, or why you effortlessly command respect, it's because genuine confidence is impossible to overlook. That authenticity is undeniably one of the most appealing traits a man can possess. Number 6. Women laugh at your jokes, even the corny ones. Humor is one of the most underestimated yet compelling signs of attractiveness. If women often laugh at your jokes, even the ones you consider corny or simple, it's a strong indicator that they genuinely enjoy your presence and find you appealing. Laughter isn't solely about amusement. It's a social response and a method of creating connection. When a woman sincerely laughs at your jokes, it's not always a reflection of how funny the joke is. More often, it signifies how she feels around you. If she finds you warm, engaging, and comfortable to be with, she's far more likely to laugh, even if your humor is lighthearted or predictable. Think back to instances where you've cracked a joke in a social setting. Maybe it was a classic dad joke, something simple and familiar. Yet instead of responding with an eye roll, she laughed. Perhaps she leaned closer, gently touched your arm as she chuckled, or smiled with amusement while shaking her head. These natural reactions go beyond mere amusement. They are signs that she genuinely enjoys your company. Consider a man like Henry, 73, who always had a knack for weaving harmless, light-hearted jokes into conversations. Despite knowing that many of his jokes weren't groundbreaking, he found that women often responded with laughter, even playfully encouraging him to share more. This response wasn't necessarily about the humor itself. It was a reflection of how much they enjoyed his energy, presence, and confidence. So, if you often notice women laughing at your jokes, even the corny ones, take it as a genuine compliment. It's a clear indication that they enjoy being around you and find you charming. Confidence, warmth, and a sense of humor are attributes that will always remain attractive, no matter your age. He never gave it much thought until he started noticing that women, particularly those he found appealing, often laughed at his jokes. Initially, he assumed they were merely being polite. However, as time passed, he began to recognize a consistent pattern. Women stayed in conversations with him longer, engaged more actively, and their faces lit up when he spoke. What Henry failed to realize was that his humor was doing far more than just providing amusement. It was fostering a connection. Humor has a magnetic quality because it conveys confidence, intelligence, and a sense of emotional ease. It sends a clear message that you don't take life too seriously, that you are comfortable in your own skin, and that you can derive joy from even the simplest experiences. Women, in particular, are drawn to men who can make them laugh without putting on a show. They appreciate those who create a lighthearted and enjoyable atmosphere without seeking to impress. This doesn't mean you need to possess the skills of a professional comedian. It's not about delivering flawless punchlines. Rather, it's about being authentic and sharing lighthearted moments. If you've ever observed women responding positively to your humor, even when it's simple or playful, view it as a reflection of their enjoyment in your company. They feel comfortable and engaged, and on some level, they are drawn to you. So, the next time a woman laughs at one of your jokes, especially if she maintains eye contact, leans in closer, or playfully touches your arm, don't dismiss it as mere courtesy. It could very well be one of the clearest indicators yet that you're more attractive than you realize. If you're still with us and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 6 below to show your support. Now, let's bring everything together. Now, let's talk about number 7, receiving subtle compliments about your physical condition. Attractiveness isn't limited to having a youthful face or a head full of hair. It's also about how well you maintain your physical health and how visible that effort becomes. If people, especially women, have ever remarked on your posture, energy levels, or even casually pointed out how fit and strong you appear, that's a powerful sign that you're leaving a lasting impression. You don't need to be a bodybuilder or spend endless hours in the gym to be considered physically attractive. What truly captures attention is the evident care a man takes in staying active, upholding good posture, and moving with agility and ease. Others notice when a man carries himself with a quiet strength, even in subtle ways. The way you stand, walk, or offer a handshake speaks volumes about your vitality and health. Take Thomas, for example. At 69 years old, he never considered himself particularly athletic. However, he committed to morning walks, regular stretching, and keeping his body active. It wasn't until one day, during a casual conversation, that a woman in her 50s remarked, "I hope I have that much energy when I get to your age." Initially, he dismissed it as nothing more than a courteous remark. However, over time, he began to notice a consistent trend. Women, sometimes significantly younger, would compliment his firm handshake, his upright posture, or how actively he participated in life. It wasn't due to having a bodybuilder's physique. It was all about the way he carried himself. This is because people, especially women, aren't solely attracted to physical appearance. They are drawn to energy, movement, and the subtle indications of good health. A man who remains active, moves with confidence, and navigates life with ease emanates an undeniable appeal. Consider how you carry yourself. When seated, do you slouch, or do you sit with self-assurance? When entering a room, do you stride with intention, or do you appear burdened by the passage of time? These seemingly minor details significantly influence how others perceive you. A man who stands tall, moves with agility, and exudes effortless grace naturally commands attention. It's essential to recognize that fitness isn't solely reflected in your physical build. It manifests in your energy, demeanor, and the way you engage with others. If people often comment that you appear energetic, vibrant, or younger than your age, it's a testament to their recognition of your vitality. Compliments like, "You look like you stay active," or "You seem so youthful," are signals that people notice something about you that extends beyond appearance. Therefore, if you've ever received remarks about your strength or energy levels, don't simply dismiss them. They are clear indicators that you are perceived as an attractive older man, even if you don't see it yourself. Final thoughts. As we conclude, take a moment to reflect on the 7 signs we've discussed. Perhaps you've recognized some of these qualities in yourself, or maybe this conversation has shifted how you perceive your own attractiveness. The reality is that genuine appeal isn't solely tied to youth. It's about the presence you carry, the confidence you exude, and the way others feel when they're in your company. Countless men move through life unaware of the impact they have. They assume that aging diminishes their attractiveness, when, in truth, their appeal often grows with experience and self-assurance. Recognizing the subtle signs of attraction and appreciating your own worth can transform how you see yourself and how others perceive you. So, the next time you catch someone holding eye contact a little longer, notice a lingering smile, or hear a compliment on your energy and presence, remember this: you may be far more attractive than you give yourself credit for. Embrace it, enjoy it, and continue living with confidence. Thank you for watching, and be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and keep embracing your best self. It has simply transformed over time. Women observe the manner in which you present yourself, the confidence you exude, and the energy you radiate when you enter a room. They notice the effort you make in your appearance, the way you engage with others, and the unwavering self-assurance that only life experience can bring. So, if you've ever questioned your own appeal, keep this in mind. Your attractiveness isn't defined by the lines on your face or the shade of your hair. Instead, it's reflected in the respect you garner, the meaningful conversations you initiate, and the way your presence makes others feel. You possess traits that younger men simply cannot imitate: wisdom, maturity, and a calm self-confidence that makes you distinctly attractive. What resonated with you the most? Do you recognize any of these qualities within yourself? Or perhaps there's one particular trait you'd like to embrace and cultivate as you move forward. We'd genuinely love to hear from you, so please feel free to leave a comment below. Share something you discovered today and how you plan to apply it to your own life. Your thoughts matter to us, and we appreciate every perspective. Engaging with your comments not only motivates us, but also provides a sense of encouragement. If you found this video helpful and enjoyable, consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with others. Your support is invaluable and helps us continue to create insightful content designed to inform and inspire you. Thank you for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.